I think every contractor has this business or this registered business that they do nothing with it. It's there, it's registered, it is fully compliant, but they do nothing about it. It is the business that when there is something fishy, when they are chasing tenders, that is the business they front. See, the thing with the challenge with doing that is because the business that can show capacity, the business that can show your ability, the business that can show what you really are and how good you are, is a business that you don't want to show the world. And some people tend to use now the funds they are getting from the art company to just do nothing with their real business, the main business. Because that is a cash cow, they tend not to do much to it, and by extension, they still don't do much to their main business or to the business that they tell the world they do. And why don't you maybe change? Because it's very difficult for most of these people to change how they view things, because they think that if they maybe show the world that they are the owners of this business, maybe it's not the way that typically that's not how they are. They think that things are done. They tend to think that that specific way of doing things, that Kenyan way of doing things, is the right way of doing things, and they don't want to change. And it's very difficult to change that person's mind that they can actually grow a business. They think this is going to be damaged goods. After a couple of years, they just dump it and maybe register another one, and they do that again over and over again. Operating like that, you end up without any momentum. You're just that stone that rolls. And you better hope that you make enough money with these damaged goods so that you can retire to something else, because you actually are just rolling. You're not creating anything meaningful into this industry. And I say that with the time, one day when you are probably in your 60s, 50s and 60s, when you have reached that level where money is not the only thing that matters. You want to maybe share knowledge, share information in the industry and all that. But it is very difficult for you to do that when there is really nothing that we can attach to your business. We cannot attach any meaningful industry experience or asset that we can say, that we can use to truly understand whether you are really good at your industry. One day you will try to tell someone that you have done this kind of projects, and they will be like, you don't even want to be associated with those projects. It's usually a choice. You either grow your business to the level where you are a true industry person, or you can truly share your knowledge and information about what you have been doing throughout your career, or you can just try by all means to get money. They say that you either go for the end justifies the means, or the means create the person, because the means define your legacy. How you acquired the things you have defines your legacy, a legacy that you can share with your family. Recently, I was doing a project. Usually, mostly I'm trying to help businesses grow, but I received a very unique offer. And someone who I was covering a project for a contractor. And the owner, and now the developer, told me, why don't you capture my legacy? It was actually a very sweet moment, because this man's age, he's in late 60s, so his kids are adults. He actually doesn't have a youth in his family. His youngest child is 30 something years. So, and he wants me to capture the legacy because he tells me that the people that are interested in his life are his grandkids, not his kids, because his kids have their lives and he's a wealthy person. But the people that truly appreciate her, they are the grandkids, but they don't know his story. And he wanted me to cover that and basically document his legacy. And it get me thinking. Sometimes you can achieve a lot of things, but at the twilight of your years, and then you start asking yourself, could I have done things differently and achieved the same results? Because as a contractor, I know almost anything that you dream of, you can achieve, whichever way you go about it. You go the entrepreneurship way, you're going to get the results. You build your business and you're still going to get there. In fact, I have noticed that companies that are growing systematically without focusing on those quick wins, that they just grow. One project becomes two projects become four projects, four projects becomes 10 projects, and that smooth growth, you realize that after some years, the kind of companies these people are running are actually attracting real business, real clout, real money moves. When you start receiving contracts, development contracts for 3-5 million from investment banks, investment vehicles from abroad and other places, you start doing projects in the region, you start doing projects in neighboring countries, you have projects in neighboring countries. Now, because that's the progression, that's the natural progression of a contracting business, that it moves from building a simple home for one person to doing 2-3 apartment complexes, to being trusted to do very custom projects for investment companies. At that level, the business owners are at a completely different level. This is not a person that needs to go to work to make money, because they have nurtured leaders. When you create a business, when you create a contracting business, you create a system that works even in your absence, that delivers, that create leaders, that nurtures the next level of talent. The systems, in fact, some of the easiest systems to create, they are in the world of construction and engineering, because you technically are dealing with people that are highly educated and highly organized, people with a very good understanding of systems. So it naturally is easier for you to integrate people within that system if you have created that system well. And that's my take. You let that choice be that you can create a business, you can grow a business, and that business can still take you where you want to be. Because indeed, that is the reality. In fact, it can take you sooner because you're not relying on gambling. One of the people that I have really taken a lot of time to discuss was Ogilvy. This guy, there is a time he said that we do not trust the companies that we trust because we were told to trust them. It is because most of the time these are the businesses that we have that have made us trust them. They have been present. They have been there. That they have shown us. They have been there. They have been an ever-present being in our lives. If you want to refresh, maybe to drink something, there is no way you're going to take a Coca-Cola bottle and start doubting what the contents of that bottle is. You're unless someone hands you a different brand, that is when you're going to ask, what is this? And why should I take this? But because they have been an ever-present thing in your life, it becomes a very easy way for you to make that decision. That's what happens with business and every other business that you're going to create. That if you have been an ever-present, if you are ever-present, whenever these people are looking, every time they are looking, they see you, then it becomes very easy for them to trust you. And that's all you need to get things done. Thank you for watching, and kindly rethink how you are looking at the growth of your company and the growth of you as a person. Thank you for watching.